If New Year's Eve is a party, January 1st is the brutal, silent cleanup crew that shows up at 6 a.m. You know, the kind that doesn't say anything. Just moves things around, makes a lot of scraping noises, and leaves you with a vague sense of dread and a pile of trash bags. That's pretty much how I experience the first day of the year. It's not just a hangover from the champagne. It's an existential hangover. It's a deep, unsettling quiet that screams, "The party's over, buddy." And guess what? Nothing actually changed. Last year, I woke up on January 1st around noon, which felt like an accomplishment in itself. The sun was doing its best to peek through my blinds, but honestly, it just felt rude. "Okay, good morning. It's time to face the consequences of your irrational optimism." My head throbbed, not just from the questionable sparkling wine, but from the sheer weight of all the new me promises I'd made just hours before. The air was thick with the faint smell of stale confetti and the ghost of resolutions past. I dragged myself out of bed, a zombie in mismatched pajamas. The apartment was quiet, too quiet. My roommates were probably still in a champagne-induced coma, or maybe they'd already ascended to their new me states and were out jogging. I wouldn't put it past them. I shuffled into the living room, and that's when it hit me. The silence. It wasn't just the absence of noise, it was an active, oppressive silence. It's the kind that makes you acutely aware of your own breathing, your own thoughts, and the unsettling fact that the world outside had seemingly ceased to exist. I looked out the window. The street, usually bustling even on a Sunday, was utterly deserted. No cars, no pedestrians, not even a stray dog. It was like a scene from a post-apocalyptic movie, but instead of a nuclear winter, the apocalypse was New Year's Day. The local coffee shop, my usual sanctuary, was dark. The grocery store, typically a hive of activity, was boarded up. Even the birds seemed to have taken the day off. It was just me, my throbbing head, and the cold, hard truth that the world had collectively decided to hibernate. My stomach rumbled, a gentle reminder that even existential dread needs fuel. I stumbled into the kitchen, hoping for some miraculous leftover pizza, but all I found was a Tupperware container. Inside, cold lentil soup, lentils for prosperity. My mom always insisted. I stared at the congealed mass, a monument to my fleeting hopes for financial abundance. Eating cold lentils on January 1st, alone in a silent apartment, felt less like a ritual for wealth and more like a penance for my life choices. I scooped a spoonful. It was exactly what you'd expect. Bland, slightly gelatinous, and utterly devoid of joy. As I sat there on the couch, spooning cold lentils into my mouth, the new me from 12 a.m. felt like a distant, embarrassing acquaintance. Where was that guy? The one who was going to wake up energized, ready to tackle his goals, finally clean out his closet, and maybe even start that novel. He was gone. Replaced by this version, the one still wearing yesterday's socks, contemplating the structural integrity of his couch cushions, and wondering if he could just fast forward to February. The neurosis of it all started to creep in. Its profound emptiness after the party. The realization that New Year is just a concept. a human construct designed to give us a false sense of a fresh start. Because at 12:05 a.m., I was still me. And at 3 p.m. on January 1st, I was still me, just a slightly more disheveled and lentil-stained version. Where was the software upgrade? Where was the magical patch that fixed all my bugs? I was still version 1.0 with all the same glitches, all the same anxieties. And the same nagging feeling that I should probably be doing something more productive. And then, the ultimate reality check. The one thing that truly binds us to the old year, no matter how many waves we jump or lentils we eat: finances. The thought of my bank account, after a month of holiday spending, felt like a physical blow. It was a black hole of receipts, impulse gifts, and maybe one too many rounds of drinks. My thumb hovered over the banking app icon on my phone. It was a battle between morbid curiosity and self-preservation. I took a deep breath. Okay, I told myself. Just a quick peek. It can't be that bad, right? I tapped the icon. The app loaded slowly, almost mockingly. My heart pounded. The little loading spinner seemed to mock me, each rotation a reminder of another dollar spent. And then the numbers flashed onto the screen. It was bad. It was really bad. A sea of red, a testament to my festive abandon. My eyes darted across the screen, trying to make sense of the damage, but it was too much. The sheer audacity of those numbers, staring back at me on the first day of the year, felt like a personal attack. It was the universe's way of saying, "Welcome back to reality, champ. Hope you enjoyed those cold lentils, because that's all you're getting for a while." And in that moment, a new resolution formed, clear as day, overriding all the others about kale and early mornings. My first official resolution of the year, made at 3:17 p.m. on January 1st. While still in pajamas and surrounded by the ghosts of confetti, I will not open this banking app again until February. It wasn't about financial discipline. It was about psychological survival. It was about delaying the inevitable just for a little while longer. Because some realities are just too harsh for the first day of the year. So there I was, back on the couch, phone face down, staring blankly at the ceiling. The silence was still there, but now it was accompanied by the faint echo of my bank account screaming. The new year, new me dream had officially died, replaced by the same old me. Just poorer reality. And you know what? There's a strange comfort in that honesty. At least I wasn't pretending anymore. What about you? What's your most memorable January 1st existential crisis? Share your stories in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. See you later.